Chris Castagna continues to lead here at Lime Rock Park. He has controlled the point since lap 8, but Mark Pombo really beginning to put the pressure on.
Yeah, he's right there. You know, he wants a little retribution after Portland, where he had that big accident. He wants to show everybody that he can be back up front.
Well, he needs to get back up front to make up some of those points that were lost there at Portland with the crash that he had, and you can't get much closer than this.
Yeah, he's right there. He's got a good run. This is going to lead him up to the diving turn. If he can keep up, I don't think he should have pulled out there.
Yeah, I agree, Chris, that you lose your momentum there. Stay in line, get the run, and maybe that's one of the difficult things about the downhill. Sometimes to be fast at the end of the straightaway, you really need to get out of the throttle, give the guy a little bit of room so you can get a run.
Yeah, I agree. You got to set up, and he didn't really have the setup going into that one, so now he's got to wait on it.
So Castagna leads another one. You see Evan Flock. Oh. That was Flock there on the side of the road with a problem, but look at this. Pombo really putting the pressure on.
Yeah, I don't think any of those drivers realized that car was going to be right there. You really heard him kind of all come out of the throttle and the wheels start talking.
Yep. And I did not see a waving yellow flag, so perhaps the drivers didn't see it either, but man, that was close.
There was a stationary yellow there, Brian, but like I said, there's so much going on at Lime Rock. You never have a chance to rest. Sometimes it's tough to sit and look for yellow flags.
Pombo doing all he can to mount a charge on Chris Castagna here. Castagna leads through the downhill, and this time, is Pombo laying back to get the run, or has Castagna just been able to pull out that little bit on that last lap?
Last lap now, coming through. I think Pombo got a little bit of a good run through there, but he gave up a little bit too much room between he and Castagna leading up to it.
I think the other problem here at Lime Rock is the start-finish line is reasonably close. You saw the stationary yellow there in turn 2. Nothing doing there. This is where Pombo needs to get it done. As I was saying, the start-finish line just about halfway down that front straightaway, and even if you get a run on somebody, to get the move done and get past them before the line is difficult here at Lime Rock.
Yeah, Castagna giving up some room here. I think he's kind of got the last lap jitters going on where starts driving a little bit less aggressively, and Pombo right there.
Castagna, 22 years of age, leading here at Lime Rock Park. Just about just about a half a mile to go at this point. Pombo doing everything he can, drops wheels. That's going to drop his momentum. And Castagna leads through the downhill, down the front straightaway. Smooth sailing from here.
And he's our 4th different winner.
Chris Castagna takes the checkered flag. 4th different winner in 4 different events. And you cannot have any competition closer than that. Great run by Chris Castagna after taking the lead on lap 8. Held it all the way to the end. Mark Pombo flashes by and says, good job, buddy, good race. And Chris Castagna takes the victory, but not by lack of trying from Mark Pombo. He gave him pressure all day long. Michael Danino there in 5th from the pole. I know he'll be disappointed in that.
And David Yerka there in 6th. First time he's finished out of the top 5. He's really becoming Mr. Consistency.
You look through 11th through 20th right there, but the man who's really going to be disappointed back in 29th, Nick Mancuso, after having a good run going, and he had been improving through the first 3 events, had that mechanical problem. He finishes 29th. We saw his stranded car on the side of the road back there. But let's head straight down to pit lane and hear from our winner.
Well, I think the last few races have really shown that getting through the field is not all that easy, you know, and it's kind of, I've been going to the front a few times, haven't qualified as good, and wasn't able to make it through. So starting up front is key. I mean, you can't start in 5th to 10th is pretty much, I don't think you can really pull it off.
Well, Chris Castagna talks about how close the field is. He says you got to qualify well, but you got to be consistent too. You talked about David Yerka. He's been consistent. He leads the points.
Yeah, Brian, 4 different winners, 4 events, but we're starting to see some names consistently running up front. Yerka, Hurley, Pombo. The consistency that these guys have, they're going to be the ones who are going to win this championship.
And we've had 4 very different types of racetracks. The 5th one, Iowa. The Roval there, it will be a tough one. Make sure you catch all the action right here on Speed.